So in the last couple of videos we've been looking at possession with possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. In this class I wanted to continue that, but using something kind of interesting in English, and it is called genitive case. Genitive case. So what is genitive case? Well, I can guarantee it that you've probably seen genitive case before. It is very common in English. Let me give you an example of genitive case. Could say Tim's new bicycle. Tim's new bicycle is red. Alright, Tim's new bicycle is red. Well, what genitive case is in this sentence is this part here. The apostrophe S. That's exactly what genitive case is. Tim's new bicycle is red. So what that apostrophe S does is it shows possession. It shows that the new bicycle belongs to Tim. That's what the apostrophe S does, and that is what genitive case is. Okay, genitive case is an apostrophe S. Okay, genitive case is an apostrophe S. Alright, try to make it a little bigger there. Okay, and this is very common in English. I'm sure you've seen it many times before. Okay, so let's look at a few more examples. So we could say John's house is very far from here. Okay, John's house is very far from here. John's house is very far from here. Well, the genitive case in this sentence is, once again, the apostrophe S. Correct? The apostrophe S. John's house is very far from here. So when we say John's with the S, we're saying that it's his house. Okay? This house here is his. It is 100% John's house. It belongs to John. It's his house. John's house is very far from here. Let's give another example. Dave's backpack is broken. Dave's backpack is broken. Okay, a backpack is what you bring to school on your back where you carry your books. However, Dave's is broken. Correct? Dave's is broken. So this refers to that the backpack is Dave's, correct? Dave's backpack is broken. Alright, let's look at another example. Julie's car is very nice. Okay, Julie's car is very nice. Okay, her car is very nice. Maybe it's very beautiful, very new. Okay, but the idea is it's Julie's car. Correct? With the apostrophe S, genitive case. Julie's car. Okay. Now I want to show you something interesting. It is basically the same, but a little different. Let's look at this. The student's class is difficult. It's difficult. Okay, the student's class is difficult. Okay, and actually I'll add to it a little bit more. We can say the student's class is difficult for him. Okay, the student's class is difficult for him. Well, in this case we have apostrophe S, correct? The student's class is difficult for him. It's an apostrophe S. Now we look at this is that this sentence here is singular. Correct? Because there's only one student. It's singular. But what do we do if it's not singular? What if there's many students and it's plural? what do we do in that case? Okay, so I'll write the same sentence, and I want you to think about what to do if it's plural, using genitive case. Okay, the student's class is difficult. Difficult for them. Okay, plural, them. It's a horrible M. It's difficult for them. Okay, and this one is plural. So what do we do? Where do we add the apostrophe S to make this a part of genitive case? Well, what we do, instead of adding an apostrophe S, it's too many. We'd say the students' class. The students' class. There's too many S's. So what we do is we just add an apostrophe. Just like that. The students' class is difficult for them. Only an apostrophe. No S. When we do that, it shows that the sentence is plural. Okay, it's plural. There's multiple students. Okay. In written English, it's easy to tell the difference. But when you listen in English, it can be difficult, because the pronunciation is the same. Let me read the first one here. The student's class is difficult for him. Okay, the student's class is difficult for him. And the second one, the student's class is difficult for them. The student's class is difficult for them. So we say the start of it, the student's class or the student's class. In both sentences, it's equal. There's no difference in pronunciation. That's why you really have to listen to the context. If you see at the end in the first sentence, the student's class is difficult for him. Well, him, you know there's only one him, correct? There's only one him. So you know, therefore, the student's is singular. But if we say the student's class is difficult for them, well, them is multiple, correct? More than one. So that's how you tell the difference. The student's class is difficult for him, or the student's class is difficult for them. All right. And this goes for anything that's plural that ends with an S. Okay, but there are some things that are plural that don't end with an S. Let me give you another example of that. Maybe I can say a country name, correct? The People's Republic of China. Republic of China, correct? The People's Republic of China. Now, when we say people, we know that people is plural. But people does not end with an S. So therefore, we still add the apostrophe S. The People's Republic of China. We add an apostrophe S. Okay, not just an apostrophe. Okay, and like I said, we only add an apostrophe if it's plural and it ends with an S. If it's plural and no S, we add an apostrophe S. Okay. Now, something else that's kind of interesting are names. What if the name ends in an S? So, for example, I'll let you think about this while I write. I'll say Lucas. Lucas' house is near to mine. Okay, Lucas' house is near to mine. Now what do we do? What do you think? Do we add an apostrophe S to say Lucas's house is near to mine? Or do we add only an apostrophe to say Lucas' house is near to mine? Right? Well, in this one, what we do is we add only an apostrophe. Lucas' house is near to mine. We add only an apostrophe. And we're not showing that it's plural. We're showing that there's only one. Because if you say Lucas's house, to me it's too many S's. However, this is a big debate in English. No one's really sure what to say. If we say Lucas with only apostrophe, or Lucas with an S. So in theory, they both could be correct. Lucas's house is near to mine. Okay. Oops. not very clean down there. Let me clean it up a little bit. Alright, so yes, you could say, like I said before, Lucas' house, or, like it says in this one, Lucas's house. And in reality, I think it's your choice. Many people debate this in English, and I've heard both sides of the story, whether it should be apostrophe or apostrophe s, and both sides had very good arguments. But personally, I just put an apostrophe if the name ends with an s. I use this one, personally. But like I said, it's up to you. English is very relative. I know in Spanish we have a committee to decide what words are allowed and what words are not. But in English, no. The people decide. Okay, so you can use whatever one you want. Like I said, personally, I use this one. But whatever one you feel more comfortable with. Alright? So I'll leave you there with that. But always remember, genitive case is apostrophe s. And when we use it, it shows that the person who has the apostrophe, the next object is theirs. So like in the first example I wrote, Tim's new bicycle is red. The new bicycle is Tim's. Okay? So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments down below.